If you want to see me create my first look using quad of the month number 7, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, we are going to play with this quad number 7. And this quad includes some Looxi Beauty and some Juvia's Place. And I picked the colors to be in the purpley pink category. Likely I was inspired by the Urban Decay Ultraviolet, and if you are curious to know my thoughts on the ultraviolet, I will put a bunch of videos in the description box. I have done a ton of looks, I've done swatches, lots and lots to see if you are curious about it. But for today, we are playing with this one. So I am going to go in with this brown shade down here, which is the Nubian 12. The 12th shade, I guess, in the Nubian palette. And what I'm planning on doing is using this shadow, and then using this shadow as a topper. So we have, this is Savage from Looxi Beauty, and Nubian 12 from Juvia's Place, and then Forbidden Secrets from Touch of Glam. So that is what I will be using today. All right, so I'm going to go in with these two first and finish off with that one as I repeat myself. So I'm going to use this crease brush from Sephora, and it's just called the Rounded Crease Brush, so nothing too fancy. It came in a set of 5. I was going to say 4, but that's not true, 5. And of course, I always forget a mirror, so let me just get a mirror so I can do my eyeshadow. And this is my usual setup. So I have this little mirror in here, and I put this palette sideways. And I have a little setup to be able to do the eyeshadow for you today. All right, and if you're curious what I have actually on my face in general, please take a look at the description box. Specifically on my eyes, I set some primer, which is just a Cover FX really light concealer. I set it with Wheat from the Smashbox Matte Exposure, which is my Pan That palette this year. And yeah, let's go into this color right here. Number 12 from the Nubian from Juvia's Place. I've said that 3 times now. All right, so in the crease, and Nubian, Juvia's Place, shadows do tend to blend really, really nicely. And I was a little concerned about my eyelids because it's quite warm here today. And I don't have the air conditioning on super high. Oh, and I should mention I also have a highlighter on, which is Moon Phase from Makeup Geek. It's kind of a bluish tint highlighter. It's a iridescent duochrome highlighter, but there's definitely some blue hues, and I thought it would go really well with the purple. And I'm going to add a little bit more of that brown in the lower crease. Okay, and I do like to bring in the color pretty close to the inner lid, above the inner lid, just toward the brow. I really like that effect. Okay, that is looking pretty good to me. Now I want to go into this color right here, which is Savage, again by Looxi Beauty. No, what am I doing? I want to deepen up with a different brush. Hang on. I am getting ahead of myself. So this is the brush I want to use. And this is the Full Coverage Shadow Brush. And I do want to deepen it up because I think we're going to lose some of the color when I put the topper on. So I really want to make sure I define this outer lid appropriately. See, I had a game plan, and I don't always. But in this case, I took the time to develop a game plan, so I'd like to follow it. I had so many. I'm going to use the same brush, but just the tip, and I'm going to go and drag it on the lower lash line. I had so many eyeshadow palettes to try this month that this quad of the month just kept getting pushed back. And it's really too bad because these are beautiful, beautiful shadows. Somehow my eyeshadow base was not blended on the bottom. That's why I was just cleaning it up a little bit. This is not the perfect brush to do what I'm doing, but I know that the shadow is going to be forgiving, so it's fine. A matte often is very workable. Just going to go in with this other Sephora brush. It's just a flat shadow brush, what's it called? All over shadow. I'm just going to make sure that I clean up a little bit underneath here so that there's not too much brown. Okay, I really like this. This could be a one eyeshadow and done kind of a look. It's very pretty. Did I go up high enough? Yeah, I would say so. Okay, so now we are going to go on the inner two-thirds of the lid with that Savage color. Don't know why it just doesn't stick with me. Okay, and with this brush, just so I can go right into the inner lid with the multitasker brush from Smashbox. It's probably the brush I use the most for, it is definitely the brush I use the most for the inner lid. So if you watch a lot of my videos, you're probably going, I know what you're using, Hélène. I know what you're using. Gosh, this is really pretty. I have something on my upper lip. Okay. I'm going to go in with my finger and finish the application with the finger because I think it's going to show up quite nicely. And yes, it is. That's very pretty. I do really, really like indie shadows. I find that they are fantastic. Okay, that is really, really pretty. Okay, now I want to go really lightly in this guy, which is the Touch of Glam shadow in Forbidden Secrets. And I'm going to use a different finger, so I'll use this finger. And I want to go in and just tap. It's kind of a glittery shadow, and I just want to tap it all along. On top as a topper to the other two that I was using. It doesn't have a huge amount of opacity, so this should work. Okay, and with what I have left, I'm going to go on the lower outer lash line. Okay, I really like that. So I am going to recreate that look on the other eye, and then we will talk about liner and mascara and anything else that I think might be required. Okay, I am pretty happy with the way this look turned out. I think I made some pretty good selections, at least 3 of the 4 shadows. I have not used bubblegum yet, which is the pink one in the quad, but I think this look is ready for some liner. I do have some liner on my upper waterline, which is 0 from Urban Decay. I will definitely reapply that particular liner. And then for the lower lid, I am debating between a chocolate brown and a deep purple. I am really kind of torn. I think I'm actually going to do the chocolate brown. I don't use brown all that often, so I'll do that and then also apply, of course, mascara on the upper and lower lashes. And I already have a liquid lipstick. This is the Tartiste Lip Paint in Exposed. So I'm just going to keep that lip product on. I think it goes really well with the look, so I don't see why I would change that. So I will do my final touches and be back with the final look. Okay, here is the look. I am really, really happy with how it turned out. I picked a very nice quad for the month of July for sure. Really, really pleased with these 4 colors. I will have them all listed in the description box. I always do. If you're wondering what I have on my eyes, if you're wondering what I have on my nails, this has been a very requested color to find out how I created it. That's all in the description box. Yeah, I really, really like at least this first look with the quad for July. But then again, I have been into purples. So let's talk about what it is that I used. So I used a few liners. I did mention the 0 from Urban Decay, and that is a black liner that I use on my upper waterline. So that is what it looks like. I also used another black liner, the Fenty Fly Liner. I did that on my upper lash line, and I didn't decide until once I was off camera that I was going to use that. I really, really like this liner. It does not feather, it applies, it has a wet feel, but it does not feather. It's beautiful, and I used it on my upper lash line, and it's effortless. I didn't feel like doing a wing today. It was a little much. I have some clients coming, but yeah, if I were going out, I would do a wing and just sport it, no problem. I did go for a brown liner. I went for a brown matte liner called Demolition. I love this color. It's like a deep chocolate brown. And I thought it went well with the brown on the outer lid and just kind of tied the look together. So I used it on my lower waterline and lash line, and I'm really happy with it. It is one of my favorite liners from Urban Decay. It's just such a good brown. This one, and so Demolition and Empire, which is kind of a matte purple, not quite matte, but pretty matte purple. They're so good. And 2 more products. I did use Perversion on my upper and lower lashes. 2 coats on the upper lashes, 1 coat on the lower lashes, and just pinching off the ends on my lower lashes because otherwise it's just too long. Yeah. I know this should not be a struggle, but when your lower lashes touch your cheek, well, not cheek, but under the eye. They touch under the eye, not cheek, I'm exaggerating, but under the eye, and you get little black dots, you learn to pinch off the mascara. Anyway, and I did do something with my lip that I did not think I was going to do, and that is I put on the Becca Topaz and Gilt Lip Topper lip gloss. It's such a good match, especially with exposed underneath. It's the perfect base. I have now a pairing that is fantastic that I figured out by accident. I love that. And finally, I did use some setting spray. I used the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I really, really do like the delivery of this setting spray compared to just about any other bottle. I have to admit, it's really grown on me quite a bit. I'm not crazy about the container for environmental reasons. But I have to admit, geez, the mist is so, so, so nice. You can barely feel it. So if you don't like the wet feeling of a setting spray, this mist is fantastic. You can do a very, very light dusting, or you can just keep spraying if you want to have the type of coverage that you would get with a regular setting spray. So yeah, I really, really like it, more than I would like to admit. Now, for this nail polish combo, I have terrible nails, but apparently the color is very interesting. It is, believe it or not, these two. I'm not kidding. So this one is a Ciate London color called Royal Rain. And then I had no idea what was going to happen when I put this one on, which is I Put a Spell on You from Deborah Lippmann. And this was the result. I'm not kidding. It's so weird, but that is what happened when I combined these two. And I was ready for a funky color, but I thought it was going to be more like purpley pink, and boy, I could not have been more wrong. But yeah, that's the combo, and I've had 3 people so far ask me what is on my nails. So I do, by the way, I do a recap of everything I wore on my nails, and it's in the Ciate Mini Mani month. If you look at that video, I reveal a couple more nail polish shades every month, but I also use obviously other nail polishes, as I did in this case, and I just go over what it is that I used during the month. So in about a week or so, I will be talking about this combination again. I'm done talking. I hope you enjoyed this first look with quad number 7. I will also leave the playlist for all of the quad of the month videos if you want to take a look at other looks that I've done with just 4 shadows, at least 2, sometimes 3 looks for every quad. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I look forward to reading and responding to your comments. I absolutely love to hear from you. And I will say thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.